One of the easiest ways to add style to your HTML page is by adding some sort of inline styling. Let's take a look at what inline styling means. In the previous lessons, we had style to each of these elements. We have the color blue in the first paragraph. We have the color red in the third paragraph. But as your project grows, you may find it very difficult to maintain or manage if you keep adding styles within tags. So that is why there is a usual convention that either you have a separate file that handles styles, or you have a style tag within the head section. Now, after my HTML, I told you in the beginning of this project that it is a common convention that you should have your head section, then followed by the body section. So we're going to refactor. That is what we call refactoring in code. So we're going to refactor our code to follow the normal standard convention. So you have the HTML, then followed by the head tag, then followed by the body tags. So everything within the body is what actually shows on the page. Then within the head, that is where we have the different metadata for the page. So we have the title within the head section. Now I'm going to introduce a new one, which is going to be the style tag. So this style allows you to add styles for the whole page within this section. So instead of having to write style for each of these tags, so we're going to have our style defined within these style tags. Now, going back to HTML classes and ideas. So we can add, instead, we already know that we want to have a section for blue colors. We want to have another section for red colors. So anything we want to apply the blue color, we can just give it a class name blue. Then anywhere we want to have the red color, we can give it a red class name. So for example, I'll just remove this style color equal to blue, and I'll put a class to be equal to, now we want to have a class name called blue. Then in the red section here, we can remove all of this and say we want a class to be equal to red. Now we can then define our class styling within the style section. So within the opening and closing tags of style, we can then say we often pick class name by putting a dot before them. So this dot blue means that we are picking the classes with the name blue, and we want to put what their styling would be, which is always in this format. So our blue is going to be in this format of blue to have the color of blue. That's it. So what this thing is saying is that this dot implies that it's a class. So anywhere you see a class to be equal to blue, apply whatever is within these two brackets. So what are you applying here? Color to be blue. That is it. Now we already have another class named red. So I'm going to go to another line. Then the class is dot red. Then within the bracket, we want to have the color to be red. Now if I reload this page, we're going to see that we are not going to see any difference based on what we did in the previous, because this is now actually using this styling. Now let's do one more thing. Let's just say within the blue, we want the font size to be as large as 20 pixels. The font size for blue to be as large as 20 pixels. If I reload this page, now you can see that this is big. We can do some other interesting things in the styling section by saying that we want the font weight, which is the thickness of that text, to be say 700, or we can change it to 800 or 900. You can see now we have a strong font weight. We can add some other things like saying that the font family, so we can have font family And in my own case, I'm going to just type in Lucida calligraphy, and then if I load, so this is going to take Lucida calligraphy font. I think let me see how this is spelled. Now that is it. You can see the font has changed. So there are a lot of fonts on the internet. You can just take a look at any one of them. So that is how we had HTML classes to Element. Finally, let's add one more class. Class to be equal to this class to be equal to custom paragraph. So we can pick this particular class in our style section by saying dot custom paragraph. Then to take text underline. What should we do? I don't know. We can just say okay, text decoration to be underlined. Let's just do that. So let's underline this particular text. So we have that. It has been underlined. So in the next lesson, we're going to look at HTML ID.